control your aggressiveness and control your emotions?
And that's a very good point, Bob, because it's an awkward situation the first time you're an all-star, because you go in the clubhouse and these are guys that you've been competing against all year, and for one day you're supposed to be their teammate and win for the cause, and now 2 days later you're going to be right back at them trying to beat them.
2 balls, 2 strikes, and Langford grounds to second, and Alomar 1 up, 1 down. Well, action and adventure are alive and well on Fox this summer. While the other networks are showing reruns, you'll experience the passion, magic, and the mystery of Roar. An epic new series premiering this Monday at 9 Eastern, 8 Central on Fox. And when you talk about driven on your scouting report, Roger Clemens, I'm sure, driven to show the Boston Red Sox he had enough to keep around Fenway Park. Roger Clemens, of course, a guy who 2 different times in his big league career struck out 20 hitters in a game. Major league record, April 29, 1986, the first time against Seattle at Fenway. A 3-hitter, and the Red Sox won it 3-1. And then in 1996, 20 strikeouts, September 18th at Tiger Stadium, a 4-0 win. And he bid farewell to the Red Sox. He will bid hello to the Red Sox Friday night at Fenway.
I think that's the most remarkable thing about those 20 strikeout games. They came 10 years apart.
Physically, he looked much different, but the results were exactly the same.
Biggio at the plate after the National League gets its first hit of the night off the bat of Jeff Blauser. And now to the right side, Alomar. Diving stop, and he can get only Biggio at first. Wonderful play by the game's best.
Once most second basemen commit towards second, they don't have the wherewithal to recover in time and throw to first. Blauser, an excellent jump off of first base, and a fast Biggio was cut down. An extraordinary reaction by Alomar.
Well, we talked at the top of the show about showcasing your individual talents. We didn't mention defense, but 6 consecutive Gold Gloves for Roberto Alomar.
Now a runner at second with 2 gone for Tony Gwynn. American League out in front on the Edgar Martinez home run off Maddox. And now the National Leaguers look for a hit from one of the best. Ball and a strike from Clemens. Jeff Blauser, the first hit for the National League. Nothing new for Jeff, who came in 4th in the National League in the hitting race at 346. Now 2-1 on Gwynn.
That was a cat-like play by Rodriguez. He is perhaps the most compact catcher that I have ever seen. Look at this play. Backhanded. Not a chance to get in front of the ball. A compact, I mean, everything works in unison so well. That's why he has that remarkable throwing arm.
Now 2-2 on Tony Gwynn. Our Fox box, top left-hand corner of your screen. Red dot at second base. This time indicates Jeff Blauser. Nice circle, Bob.
Well, I was trying to reach behind Tim over there. Didn't want to poke him in the back.
American League out in front on the Martinez home run, and Gwynn looking for the 2-out RBI hit.
I failed geometry. What can I say?
It's a little-known prerequisite for being a color analyst on network television. Make your circles complete. 2-2 on Gwynn. To the left side, bobbled by Ripken, hangs with it, inning over. A 1-out hit by Blauser. The National League strands at second, bottom of the 3rd, 1-0 American League.
I mean, the best athletes don't even play baseball.
Hey, if you hit the ball far enough,
You don't need to run.
Drills it to right center field.
Done! Back she goes! Goodbye, baseball!
When you have heartburn and pain, these won't give you complete relief. Problems this bad need Alka-Seltzer, the only one with effervescent power to speed relief, plus the medicines to relieve all your symptoms. Alka-Seltzer, the 100% solution.
Brain freeze.
So good, it hurts. Slurpee. The coolest thing on earth.
Recently, an independent group of brewmasters and beer experts conducted a tasting of just about every major beer in the country. For 4 months, they sampled regular and iced beers for character, flavor, and overall quality. And in the end, the judges named one beer the best tasting beer in America, Old Milwaukee. So when you want the best tasting beer, now you know where to turn. Old Milwaukee.
Did you know every day your eyes are being bombarded by harmful UV rays? That's why AccuView contact lenses are introducing UV protection. Now AccuView gives you the comfort of fresh new lenses that block up to 95% of harmful UVB rays. It's the only leading brand that does. Ask your doctor for a free trial pair and see why more eyes trust AccuView.
Why would you wear anything else?
Monday, Fox invites you to enter a world of mystery and magic. Roar, premiering Monday on Fox.
Beautiful view of downtown Cleveland, Ohio. In the distance is Jacobs Field, and on the mound is the right-hander Curt Schilling. Takes over for Maddox, who went 2 innings, allowed a run on a couple of hits. The home run hit by Edgar Martinez. And the numbers for Schilling, as we've already mentioned, a lot of Indians fans in this ballpark hope to see Curt Schilling in an Indian uniform. There have been a lot of rumors. We watched Roberto Alomar dig in his first at bat of the night. Tim, a lot of rumors about Schilling and whether he has a no-trade clause and whether he'd come here to Cleveland. 2-1.
Curt Schilling signed a 3-year deal right after spring training earlier in the season with the Philadelphia Phillies that had a no-trade clause. He says he realizes the Phillies need younger players trying to rebuild. They're already 32 games under 500 are the Phillies after the first half. He almost knows he's going to be traded, so therefore he waived the no-trade clause and will pitch for Cleveland. It was erroneously reported over the weekend that Curt Schilling said that Cleveland was not on his list. That is not true. He told me before the game that Cleveland, or any winner, he wants the World Series ring. The money's not the important thing, and I'm sure Mike Hargrove, the Cleveland manager, loves to hear that.
Well, traditionally, the trading deadline is July 31st, and traditionally it starts here at the All-Star break, goes right up to the deadline.
Alomar checks on Blauser. First chance for Jeff, and he handled it perfectly. Alomar is gone to start the bottom of the third.
Curt Schilling, a power pitcher, throws a heavy fastball. He asked the catchers around the league what kind of heater does he throw. Some guys throw a fastball that seems to be very light and take off as it comes to the plate. Schilling throws a very heavy fastball. Will cut the ball inside on left-handers along with the slider. Very good competitor out there on the mound. Loves to win.
There's Brady Anderson, grounded out to the right side his first time up, and takes a ball.
He is facing the guy that he was traded with to Baltimore from Boston. 7 years ago, Brady Anderson and Curt Schilling went to Baltimore for Mike Boddicker. And here both of them are at the All-Star game.
1 ball, 1 strike on Anderson, who has hit 7 home runs, and of course last year hit 50. Facing Curt Schilling. Able to lay off 2 balls and a strike. Schilling made a stop in Houston, now in Philadelphia, and the next stop we do not know.
Good overhead look at Brady Anderson checking that swing.
Bonds well hit down the left field line. Bonds won't get to it, off the wall. Anderson thinking double. He's going to test Bonds and make it with one out here in the third.
Even though it was a double for Anderson, a ball that he went the other way with, watch the artistry of Barry Bonds barehand the ball off the wall and throw in the same motion.
Actually had his momentum going towards the infield as he barehanded that ball.
Barry Bonds, of course, known as a very good left fielder, something not many talk about. Always gets to the ball quick. Runner at second, one out, and Alex Rodriguez pops one foul out of play off to the right.
I've had an opportunity to watch Barry Bonds in San Francisco over the years, and a very tough field to play left in Candlestick Park, or rather 3Com Park, and you can see Barry getting himself in position to make that throw. Not the strongest throwing arm in the league, but the quickest release of any left fielder in the league.
Alex Rodriguez trying to add to the American League's lead with a runner at second, one out. Rodriguez a base hit to right his first time up. That gets away from Piazza, and Anderson will head to third.
Well, this is the problem you're going to run into in an all-star game. When you have a pitcher and a catcher who have not worked together very much, you have a knowledge of the pitcher's stuff, but until you actually see that ball coming in to home plate, you're not quite sure how that ball is going to react. Piazza just does not get over in front of that pitch, scoots by him, and allows Anderson to advance to third base.
Couple the unfamiliarity that Mike has with the National League pitchers, other than hitting against them, and the bad knees that he has, and that spells wild pitch.
Which it is for Schilling, and now the infield in for the play at the plate. Runner at third, one out. And Rodriguez takes a ball and is out in front on the count, 2-1. An extra run 90 feet away. Brady Anderson with a one-out double.
Two and two. With Ken Griffey Jr. on deck and a ground ball to an infielder, I would think Anderson would make the ball go through and let Junior hit and try to drive you in with two outs.
Play the infield in games of this sort. Try to cut down that run, but you could also open it up to a huge inning. Now 3-2 as Piazza keeps it at home plate.
Well, you can see Piazza once again very awkwardly catching that pitch that was headed for the dirt. It becomes a tough situation for the pitcher, because if Schilling wants to make that pitch in the dirt, he's not quite sure if Piazza is going to be able to block it because of the unfamiliarity, and consequently he may hang a pitch to A-Rod.
Still a full count, 95 miles per hour from Schilling.
It's tough to hang a 95-mile-an-hour fastball. Although it's been done, it's a tough pitch to hang.
A look at the infielders here at Jacobs Field with Anderson at third and one out. Schilling and Piazza trying to figure out a way to get Alex Rodriguez.
Fastball away. He wanted it in. Schilling shook him off.
And Rodriguez a pretty good cut.
Kind of interesting. Piazza went inside and then told Schilling to throw the high fastball. And then Schilling shook him off with a fastball away.
And the first at bat against Greg Maddux, Alex Rodriguez got a fastball on the outside part of the plate and shot it into right field. So Mike Piazza, in a couple of very quick innings, knows that that ball has to be inside on Alex Rodriguez.
That's where that last one was. He shook off the outside fastball and came inside to Alex.
And there are very advanced scouting reports that both teams have available to them, but in an all-star game, it's a much more low-key atmosphere. You kind of just do things on the fly as it feels good out there on the field.
Thing is, the hitters read those reports too.
Full count on Rodriguez. Indian fans waiting to get a look at Sandy Alomar Jr., who has a 30-game hitting streak alive and well. And there is Tony Womack on the left getting advice and information from Frank Robinson. It's not a bad idea. Your young Tony Womack, come here and learn a few things while you're having fun. Runner at third, one out. And strike three called over the outside corner. Rodriguez is gone.
One fastball after another to Alex Rodriguez. Piazza sitting outside. Rodriguez continuing to foul balls off. That was the fastball that got by. Continuing to foul it off. Good play by Piazza on that slider. And finally, he makes the perfect pitch.
He got it down just a little bit more. The other fastballs were up around the middle of the thighs. The last one was down around the knees.
Here's Griffey. Again, flat out to left his first time up. Runner at third, 2 out. Wow. Griffey unloaded on that pitch, and the final voting in the Pepsi All-Star balloting update, Ken Griffey Jr. led all players with over 3.5 million votes. Looking for the 2-out RBI hit, and overmatched on that pitch, 93 miles per hour from Schilling.
Well, guys that throw a good four-seam high fastball, they like to throw it up higher in the strike zone. He got Alex Rodriguez on a pitch around the knees, but this time goes up the ladder on Junior. There you see the rotation on that four-seam fastball, and not able to catch up.
With that one either. And Schilling strikes out both Rodriguez and Griffey with a runner at third. So the American League misses a chance. Barry Bonds will get a look at him in the fourth. 1-0 American League.
The coming of age of the adolescent grizzly bear. A strange rite of passage where they cry out for their most primal, urgent need.
Heaven help us if they ever learn the Macarena.
Pepsi, Generation Next.
Prime Star Satellite Television. That's right. 160 channels.
That's right, ma'am. 160 channels, specially grouped by category.
Sports in one group.
Movies in another group.
Of course, there's a family group. No, ma'am. Other companies make you buy the dish. With Prime Star,
There's no dish to buy.
Want to do something after our shift?
Thank you, but I've got other plans.
Call 1-800-PRIME-STAR or visit your local Radio Shack.
Go where you wanna go. Leave the boundaries far behind you.
introducing the all-new Goodyear Eagle F1 with racing-inspired dual aqua channels that sweep water away for serious traction in the wet, especially in braking. The new ultra-high-performance Goodyear Eagle F1.
Serious freedom. Goodyear, Goodyear.
Starting a small business takes a burning entrepreneurial spirit, a singular, bold vision, the courage to fight an endless uphill battle. But that's not all you need. Oh, no.
We need some furniture.
And some curtains would be nice. That's why you need the Visa business card, because Jules sells her furniture like millions of other places. Doesn't take any card from American Express.
I love these chairs. And I'm really happy with these window treatments.
What? Visa business card, it's everywhere you want to be.
From the #1 runaway bestseller comes a Fox television event.
Now that was intense.
From Dean Koontz Intensity, August 5th on Fox.
We have played 3 innings here in the All-Star game, and the American League out in front, still on the Edgar Martinez home run. Captain John Moran is at the controls of the Goodyear Spirit. 204-foot-long airship is based in Akron, Ohio, just 35 miles south of Jacobs Field. And we thank them for helping us with tonight's broadcast as we get into the fourth inning. Another pitcher for the American League, third of the night, and it's David Cone.
See the numbers on David Cone. Second most strikeouts in the American League this year. Very fine ERA. Back and healthy.
Fourth All-Star game for David, the only one to ever appear in a Midsummer Classic with both the Mets and the Yankees. Wearing the pinstripes and overmatching Barry Bonds 1-1.
You know, the great thing about the home run contest yesterday, as exciting as that was, when Tino Martinez ended up beating Larry Walker in the third round, a lot of guys who are notorious home run hitters were not involved in that contest. Bonds among them, Andres Galarraga. Of course, Tino Martinez was the winner.
I was surprised the Big Cat was not in there.
He had some back problems in San Francisco right before the break, and apparently isn't 100%. Didn't want to risk further injury in the home run derby, because you can hurt yourself the way those big guys were swinging yesterday.
3 balls and a strike on Bonds, and that's low for a leadoff walk, so not a good start for David Cone. That'll bring in Mike Piazza. And again, we look at the final voting in the Pepsi All-Star balloting. And in the National League, the winner was Piazza with over 2.5 million votes.
You know, when the vote went back to the fans in 1970, just a little over 2 million votes were cast totally. Mike Piazza with over 2,600,000 votes. Junior with over 3.5 million.
With one on, nobody out. Cone again misses low, ball 1.
These teams are very even, not only offensively, pitching, defense. The one advantage that the National League team has in this game is their speed. They've stolen 90 more bases than their American League counterparts.
Yeah, for the most part, it's the speed of the National League. I guess if you had a caption to this game, the speed of the National League against the power of the American League.
Not much new there.
Nope.
And Bonds has 14 stolen bases on the season. Joe mentioned earlier, not a typical first half for Barry Bonds, but he's still got that speed.
And now Cone falls behind Piazza, 2 balls and a strike. On deck is Bagwell. After Bagwell, it's Walker. He's trying to figure out still, as you saw a moment ago, the right way to put on that batting helmet. Bonds is running on 2-1. The pitch low, and Bonds is safe. And the tying run in scoring position, a walk and a stolen base picked up by Barry.
And if you can't throw a runner out with that type of throw, you're not going to get a guy. Barry Bonds with a tremendous jump off David Cone. David with the high leg kick. Bad pitch to handle. Fine throw, but Bonds in there, coming up on the tag.
And on top of that, the count goes to 3-1 on Piazza. Trying to tie it with a hit, and he draws a walk. So back-to-back walks to start the fourth inning for David Cone. And we go down to the dugout. Here's Steve Lyons standing by with the Rocket Man.
All right, I got Roger Clemens down here in the American League dugout. And Roger, you lead all of baseball with 13 wins, ERA 1.69. You're looking like that Cy Young guy of 10 years ago.
Well, you know, I feel pretty fortunate. We've been battling as hard as we can. I've been on the fortunate end of some things, Stevie.
Now, tell me about the at-bat that you had with Tony Gwynn, one of the best National League hitters. Take us through that.
Well, as soon as he came up, I knew I was going to have to try and preserve that for Randy. You know, he got a 1-0 lead. I can't, you know, that guy's a pretty good contact hitter, so we shuck on a fastball situation, threw in the forkball, he pulled a foul, then went with the backdoor slider, and Rip made a great play on it. So it's always fun. I don't know about this relieving stuff, though.
Yeah, you're not used to that. Hey, thanks a lot, Roger. Continued success. Joe, you guys, back up to you.
Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Roger. He ended up getting Gwynn on that ground ball to Ripken. Now, the National League with their biggest threat of the night, 2 on, nobody out, and Bagwell at the plate. Borderline pitch, and Cone got the benefit of the doubt. 0-2.
We're saying Tony Gwynn is a pretty good contact hitter. It's like saying Pavarotti's not a bad crooner.
One of the 3 tenors. And there is Tony Gwynn having a seat watching Bagwell. There's ball 1 low, 1-2.
Tony can even handle the high pitch, too.
As long as you don't throw him a tuning fork.
Okay, 1 ball, 2 strikes on Bagwell with 2 on, nobody out. David Cone trying to get around back-to-back walks to Bonds and Piazza.
Inside fastball.
And into right. Back to get it, O'Neill. 1 away. Bonds with good base running will tag and go to third, and it's first and third, 1 away.
I was wrong on that. I thought Ivan Rodriguez said come inside, pointing to his left thigh. He was actually sitting away. And watch how Bagwell drives the ball where it was thrown, low and away. Hit it hard. O'Neill was there. Good base running by Bonds.
So now first and third, 1 out, and a chance for Larry Walker to face David Cone and tie it with any one of a number of things. Runner at third, the tying run, Bonds. And Rodriguez blocks it down to second. Piazza, he's in the rundown. And tagged out for the second out of the inning. Piazza a late break, and that's a big second out for the American League.
Manager Johnny Oates yesterday, what's the most impressive thing about Ivan Rodriguez behind the plate? And he says, obviously his arm is very strong, his feet are quick, but on plays like this when the ball is in the dirt and blocked, he's able to make those kind of throws on the move.
That was an interesting throw because Larry Walker backing up from home plate. Rodriguez actually had to throw from behind Walker. And the rundown executed beautifully. I don't think Piazza thought that Rodriguez could get to that ball in time.
Now it takes a hit, and the count goes to 2-0 on Larry Walker. Caught stealing 2-6-3 on the play.
Andre Galarraga's nickname's the Big Cat. Well, the little cat's behind the plate right now.
Alomar. Inning over. He had to wait for Martinez to get to the bag, and David Cone gets into and out of trouble with help from Ivan Rodriguez. Bottom of the fourth, 1-0 American League.
Hello? Eddie. Hey, little brother, what's up? Oh, Eddie, I'm not doing so good. I don't have a clue what the coach is saying. I'm 0 for my last 14.
Johnny, you gotta open up.
You can read, I'm pulling the ball too much as it is.
No, you gotta open up. Have some fun. Make some friends over there. Play.
Eddie, you won't believe this.
Yeah, I should have known I wouldn't be the only one to find this car irresistible. Aurora. Defy convention.
Hate the taste of Arm & Hammer toothpaste? Then try new Smooth Spearmint. Now the baking soda toothpaste that dentists recommend most has a refreshing spearmint ribbon of flavor. New Smooth Spearmint from Arm & Hammer.
I mean, I just think the baseball is way too slow.
Hey, if you worked at Wrigley Field, would you be in a hurry to leave?
Richard Roundtree heads an extraordinary ensemble cast as Fox presents the most uplifting new hour of television. 413 Hope Street, Thursdays this fall on Fox.
Martinez. And the star of 413 Hope Street is Richard Roundtree. The Stars are out on the field and watching. To his right is Andre Whitfield of Between Brothers. On his left is Stevie Berra. 413 Hope Street as Curt Schilling goes back to work. Bottom of the fourth inning, Javier Lopez takes over behind the plate. We have had our first substitution of a position player. 2-0 now on Tino Martinez, who nearly hit a home run in his first at bat when just fouled. He grounded out to second. Edgar Martinez will follow, and then Paul O'Neill aren't of the order for the American League. 2 balls, 2 strikes in the hit zone on Tino Martinez, who has been on fire the first half of the season.
Red hot on that ball, up and out over the plate. I'll tell you what's hard to believe about the year that Tino Martinez is having. That 9 months ago, he was benched during the World Series, and the Yankees beat the Braves after losing the first 2.
What a good play by Bagwell to his left, 1 out, and Jeff Bagwell, who doesn't get a lot of credit for his glove work, shows you that would be a mistake if you didn't consider him one of the best in baseball.
He is a Gold Glover on the right side, and he shows you how and why.
And it has to be very reassuring for Larry Dierker, the manager of the Houston Astros, to know that Jeff Bagwell and Craig Biggio are going to be in that lineup every day. Biggio's played 307 consecutive games, Bagwell 278 consecutive games.
And with 1 out, nobody on, here is Edgar Martinez, who homered in his first at bat, leading off in the second against Maddox. The only run of the night. One ball, 1 strike. Martinez got into one into left field, and it shot over the wall here at Jacobs Field.
Sandy Alomar was making fun of him on the bench for getting short arms as that pitch started to bear inside on him, but that's what good hitters will do. They'll adjust their swing as that pitch approaches home plate.
Maddox went 2, and now Schilling trying to go 2. 95 miles per hour from Schilling. It missed 2-1.
One thing impressive about Martinez, he doesn't become overly enamored with his power. If he hits the inside pitch out the next time, he'd like to go the other way with the pitch.
Late cut there, 2-2.
That's why you rarely see Edgar Martinez get into those free fall slumps. He'll go 3 or 4 days, but nothing prolonged.
Still 2-2, and there's a guy that has fallen in love with his home run swing, and why not? So is everyone else around baseball.
He's not prolonged, but he certainly is long. Man, off the charts.
2 balls, 2 strikes on Martinez, and into left field. He's 2 for 2. So Edgar is on for the second time tonight as he gets Schilling, and it's 1 on, 1 out for Paul O'Neill. Talking about a guy in Edgar Martinez who in 1995 and 1996, 50 doubles each year. Here's Paul O'Neill with a runner at first, 1 out, and a big hole on the right side of the infield. Strike 1.
Schilling is not the kind of pitcher that will normally give up a lot of ground balls because he throws that high 4-seam fastball quite a bit. Gets more fly ball outs than he does ground ball outs. But O'Neill has been prone to hitting in the double play throughout his career. Has 9 on the season.
Now they play behind Martinez. He takes off, and he is gone. Javier Lopez guns down Edgar Martinez immediately after the National League changed philosophy and played behind the runner.
Play behind him properly because Martinez is not a fast runner, but he would have stolen second base had this throw not been right on the money. Fine throw by Lopez right there.
Edgar Martinez has stolen only 2 during this regular season. And he is the second out here in the bottom of the 4th.
I've seen teams try to bait a guy like Edgar Martinez, a less than swift runner at first base, into trying to steal and then pitching out.
2 balls, 2 strikes. O'Neill hit one off the foot of Maddox his first time up. He's 0 for 1. Over the outside part, inning over. 3rd strikeout for Schilling. Pitching is prevailing in Cleveland. 68 All-Star game, 1-0 American League.
The Pepsi Stuff catalog is back, and you won't believe what's inside.
I've told you 1,000 times, no playing with professional athletes in the house.
Mom, this year's Pepsi Stuff is the coolest collection ever. You can even win a chance to hang with your favorite sports star.
You role models should really know better.
Drink a lot of Pepsi and get a lot of stuff.
Hey, let's go to my house.
I'll drive. Nothing to lose. It's the funniest buddy comedy since 48 Hours.
I could be Denzel Washington. Take good luck.
Absolutely hilarious.
Don't touch the sheet. Oh, I got it. You go.
Wildly, wonderfully, outrageously funny.
Don't you talk back. You keep on smacking me, Mama.
Nothing to lose. Rated R. Sneak previewed this Saturday.
In a time of legend, in a world of magic, a hero will fight for his people and discover his destiny. Raw premieres Monday on Fox.
The 1997 All-Star Game on Fox is brought to you by Nike, who remind you that if you've got a problem with baseball, move to Norway. By 7-Eleven, oh thank heaven for 7-Eleven. By Miller Lite, who reminds you that anything can happen at Miller Time. And by KFC, where you can now grab a Twister, a whole new twist on eating KFC.
Welcome back to Cleveland, ready for the 5th inning. Down to comic relief, Larry Walker and Chip Carey.
All right, Joe, thanks a lot. The happiest man in the ballpark, Larry Walker. The Randy Johnson's not in the ball game anymore. What happened on that at-bat? I saw you go down on 1 knee. Did you think about 2 after the first pitch went over your head?
Well, I guess that's what would have happened if it would have hit me, but you know, it's one of those things. Just must have slipped out of his hand. Must have had some sweat on his hand.
When did you decide to do this and turn around and bat right-handed?
Well, I just decided to put the hat on backwards right at that spur of the moment, like, but it was a neat experience.
Was it worth the wait, finally facing Randy Johnson?
Oh yeah, you know, I've waited a while for that, and you know, regret what happened earlier in the year, and you know, that was fun. I enjoyed it.
Coax a few walks like that, you can chase 400 all year. Larry, thanks a lot.
Thanks.
Back upstairs to you, Joe.
All right, guys, thank you very much. Here in the 5th inning, a new pitcher is Justin Thompson. Caminiti quickly in the hole, 0-2.
Justin Thompson, 8-6, part of that young Detroit pitching staff that's about 2 runs better this year than they were last year when they lost 109 games for Buddy Bell. Where was that pitch?
Evidently low, and a 1-2 count on Caminiti. Bounced into a force out to end the 2nd. His first time up, now 2-2.
Well, this is that big sweeping breaking ball from Justin Thompson. He threw it the first pitch. He came back with a fastball on the second pitch and then tried to get strike 3. I don't know.
2-2. Well, from 0-2 to 3-2.
I'll tell you the kind of stuff that Justin Thompson has. He has struck out Ken Griffey Jr. 6 times in a row. The only pitcher to ever do that.
Hard hit to third. Ripken with a backhand. Good throw. 1 gone. Well, we bring about the Aflac trivia question for your digestion here in the 5th inning. The only 3 players who have won 2 All-Star Game MVP awards. Who are they? Give you the Aflac trivia answer a little bit later. Think about that for a minute as Ray Lankford steps in. Ray Lankford, a guy who missed the first 17 games of the season, recuperating from shoulder surgery, which he blew out at the end of last year, rotator cuff surgery in his left throwing shoulder. What a first half he has had. He's driven in 61 runs. They're missing practically the first 3 weeks of the season. He's hit 17 home runs. He has been by far the most consistent performer in the Cardinals lineup. He has really struggled in 1997, 2-1. Breaking ball from Thompson, 2-2.
Cardinals with the best talent in the National League Central, but they have not been able to do anything with the pesky Pirates. Pittsburgh Pirates in first place as the breaking ball, the 2-1 breaking ball in there to Ray Lankford.
Lankford strikes out for the second out of the inning. And the third strikeout of the night for American League pitchers. Johnson got 2 back in the first.
Well, Justin Thompson has stuff very similar to Sean Estes, a National League pitcher from the Giants that we'll probably see later in the game. A good fastball, pretty straight, and the big sweeping breaking ball. He left that one up high, comes back with a good one, blows a fastball right by him.
And now ball 1 down and into Jeff Blauser, who has the only hit for the National League.
Ray Lankford says, I'm glad to get Randy Johnson out of the game, but that wasn't much better.
Barehanded grab by Ripken to get him. Cal Ripken Jr. His first start as an all-star at third base. It looks like he's been playing there all of his life. Bottom of the 5th inning, halfway through it. What a play.
What if there was something that could keep your family safer? And what if it was recycled more than anything else on Earth? Wouldn't you want to have more of it around you? Well, now you can. The new Steel. Feel the strength.
The baseball is juiced.
A drive to left field and deep, way back, and he made it!
Not juiced enough. You know, man, I think we're lost.
Across America, more people use Cellular One than any other cellular service.
That's a good scout.
Some families get more done in a day than others do in a week. They're the first to do anything, including to say, "Hey, how's it going?" Now there's a car that does as much as your supercharged family. Introducing the all-new supercharged Regal GS. No other sports sedan squeezes in this much supercharged power and standard safety features into your daily routine. Regal GS by Buick.
Hey, life's a blur.
The all-new Regal GS, the official car of the supercharged family.
It's the Fox Saturday Game of the Week. The Mets take on the Braves and the Rangers battle the Mariners. Fox Saturday Baseball Game of the Week. Check local listings.
Into the bottom of the 5th inning, halfway through it, and now we get a number of changes. Moises Alou will take over in right field for Larry Walker. Chipper Jones is now in the game at third base, taking over for the starter Caminiti. Royce Clayton of the Cardinals is at short. A late addition to this roster, and on the mound is a nasty right-hander, Kevin Brown.
Boy, as bad as the left-handers do not want to face Randy Johnson, right-handers don't want anything to do with Kevin Brown. He cannot throw the baseball straight. Everything he throws is moving. Heavy sinker, hard slider, good changeup.
Long-time American leaguer in Ripken. A 1-ball, 1-strike count.
I think this Kevin Brown is one guy who really benefited from the change of leagues. Coming to the National League, more of a ground ball league. Murderous, heavy sinker, the best in the game.
Not only a ground ball league, but a league in which the umpires are more inclined to give the low strike than the American League.
A 1-1 to Ripken is right back up the middle into center for a leadoff hit. And Brown will be happy to leave Cleveland with all of his teeth.
This is how that ball looked from Ray Langford's angle. A rope back up the middle. And this was from Javier Lopez's angle. Look at Kevin Brown. Man, that ball smoked up the middle.
And Ripken will get the hand as he is relieved here in the 5th inning. Ripken finished for the rest of the night, and in to run over at first base is Joey Cora. Not only the thrill of playing in his first All-Star game, but getting a chance to take over for Cal Ripken on the bases. Runner at first and a strike on Ivan Rodriguez. By the way, there's been a scoring change. There was no caught stealing when Piazza was out back in the 4th inning, just a put-out trying to advance. For those of you scoring at home, and a reminder, never score an All-Star game in ink. We are finding out as we go along here this evening.
Two old battery mates facing one another, Ivan Rodriguez, Kevin Brown.
And a 1-ball, 1-strike count on Rodriguez.
And Rodriguez, in situations like this, very adept at going the other way, finding the hole with the first baseman Bagwell holding Cora close.
Like he was trying to go to right, a little late, strike 2. You ever buy into that theory that because you caught a guy, you stand a better chance at the plate trying to hit him?
I think you have a better idea, but a nasty sinker. Make pitches like that 1-1 pitch that Brown made to Rodriguez. I don't care how much you know about a pitcher. You're not going to hit it.
He could tell you it's coming, you still wouldn't hit it.
Absolutely. That's right.
Two and two from catcher Cam, and a foul straight back. Catcher Cam on the mask of Javier Lopez. And of course, all of us at Fox Sports want to thank not only the catchers for agreeing to wear the cameras on their masks, and every catcher has agreed to do it, by the way, but Major League Baseball and the Players Association, all the help that they gave us in coercing these catchers into wearing the camera. 3 balls, 2 strikes now, a full count on Rodriguez, and I'm sitting next to 2 former big league catchers, and gives you a very interesting view.
We'll try to give you an idea about where that camera is. There it is right there, right there. This is the battery, and the little antenna shoots out from the camera.
Rodriguez grounds out. The American League started the runner. Cora was going with a count of 3-2 on Rodriguez. And because of that, the American Leaguers stay out of the double play. Biggio took care of it, 1 out, as Rodriguez rounded out 4-3. Our Aflac Trivia answer: only 3 players have won 2 All-Star Game MVP awards. They are Willie Mays in '63 and '68, Steve Garvey in the '70s, and Gary Carter in the early '80s, '81 and '84.
Matter of fact, Gary Carter won his first MVP here in Cleveland the last time the All-Star Game was played here after the 52-day player strike, 1981.
Roberto Alomar at the plate with a runner at second, one out. And this one gets away from Lopez, so Cora scoots over to third with only one down. First one, the ball that got away from Mike Piazza, scored a wild pitch. This could be scored, a pass ball, but Bob, as you were saying earlier, you don't really realize the movement of a guy like Kevin Brown until you catch him. You can hit against him, but catching him's a whole different thing. It is a passed ball, by the way, that gets away from Lopez, and a big one. Makes the RBI chance easier for Alomar with the infield in, runner at third, one out. One and two.
It's particularly tough on the catchers because you're seeing such a variety of different pitchers as well and different styles. Schilling, we mentioned, the four-seam straight fastball. Now Brown comes in throwing the nasty sinker.
Good play by Brown on the comebacker. Alomar grounds out 1-3. And that's the second out of the inning, as now each side is scoring opportunities with runners in scoring position and less than two out.
A lot of ground balls when Kevin Brown's on the mound. Even though that sinker was up around the letters, the movement on the ball was back down, causing Roberto Alomar to hit the top half of the ball and tap it back to the mound.
Brown gave a look at Cora. He's at third, two out now for Brady Anderson. Ball one. Brady has doubled. With that to third, he grounded out to second. Start the night offensively for the American League. Two and 0.
You might have noticed the number 24 on Brady Anderson's helmet. If I'm not mistaken, that's a tribute to Eric Davis, teammate who's battling cancer. To send his respects along.
Not only on the helmet of Brady Anderson, but it was on the helmet of Roberto Alomar to let their teammate know that they're thinking about him on a night such as this. What a start Eric Davis got off to. First year with the Orioles. That caught the outside corner borderline. And the count goes to 3-1. Anderson shoots one to left. Barry Bonds is waiting for it. Inning over. A leadoff hit. Later a pass ball and a runner left standing at third. Tony Gwynn coming up. He's the DH. After 5, 1-0 American League.
Air Force One clear for takeoff.
Mr. President, welcome aboard, sir.
Go! Go! How the hell did they get Air Force One?
On July 25th,
I'm President of the United States.
the time to negotiate is over.
This president is a Medal of Honor winner. He knows how to fight.
I would like to ask all Americans to pray for the safety of everyone on board Air Force One.
Harrison Ford.
Get off my plane!
Air Force One. Rated R. Opens everywhere July 25th.
Well, you've got to say it's a great day for a ball game today. The fans are already into it. We've got a fantastic crowd on hand. These two teams, the fans, everybody has been pointing towards this game, and things are just about ready to get underway.
Try the new Burger Big Bite, a fresh grilled quarter-pound all-beef hamburger that's easy to eat.
Is it magic? Can you feel it? What time is it?
It's not time.
Body's on.
The jam is on. The Miller Lite Music Event of '97. Catch it.
In the Zone.
I got it.
The baseball show for the Fox generation.
Best game in the world.
There were times when I was younger when I actually slept with my bat.
See what baseball's biggest stars are doing away from the plate.
Time to go to work. Let's do it.
We'll give you the inside pitch.
What am I talking about?
Never, ever blow a bubble in your mask.
We'll take you into the hot corner.
As long as you love your gloves, I repair them. And enjoy every second of it.
We make your baseball fantasies come true.
How are you? I'm Alex. Nice to meet you. Can you imagine playing an All-Star game?
Yeah.
Will you be a little nervous? It is for you, buddy.
Oh, thank you.
In the Zone. Saturdays at 12:30. Check local listings.
Well, there is Thomas Leskitska from Parma Heights, Ohio. Thomas got to realize his baseball fantasy by winning a contest held by Major League Baseball and In the Zone. The gang at In the Zone fulfills a new baseball fantasy every show. You can watch this Saturday to see more of Thomas's excellent adventure at the All-Star Game, and you can catch In the Zone every Saturday at 12:30 Eastern throughout the baseball season, right before baseball. Check your local listings for the time in your area. Thomas Leskitska. Here is Pat Henkin, who takes over on the mound, but the big hand, unfortunately, is not for Pat.
For his battery mate, Sandy Alomar, who was in there as the catcher. Pat Henkin, last year's Cy Young Award winner in the American League.
A number of changes again as we get to work in the sixth inning. 1-0, the American League out in front. And as Henkin takes over on the mound, he has almost an entirely new defense behind him. Bernie Williams will take over in left field. Griffey stays in center. Brady Anderson goes from left to right. Now it's Jeff Cirillo from the Brewers at third with Rodriguez and Cora up the middle. McGuire is in at first base. Alomar is catching, and Henkin is on the mound. Sixth inning and still 1-0 American League. And last year's Cy Young Award winner brings it to Biggio, ball one. Leadoff hitter in the National League's lineup is 0 for 2. He struck out, he's grounded out. Craig pops it up to the right side for McGuire. One away here in the top of the sixth inning, and let's go down to the field to the dugout and check in with Steve Lyons.
All right, Cal Ripken's over here counting the number of All-Star games he's played in. It's 15. Normally, as a shortstop, great instincts as a third baseman. Take me through that barehanded play you made.
Well, I was playing a little bit deeper than maybe I should have, and I came in, and I thought my only chance was to get in my position to throw the ball, which a bare hand allows you to get in position to throw the ball to first base. It was a risky play, but it worked out.
Now, last year coming into this ball game, you guys were 6 back. This year, you're 7 up. Aside from an improved defensive infield, what are the differences in your ball club between this club and last?
I think that's really easy to answer. In my opinion, the difference is our pitching. The pitching has carried us all the way in the first half. Without looking at the statistics, I think that our pitching has to be the best in the league. And when your pitching's the best in the league, you got a good chance to be in first place.
All right, Cal, thanks a lot.
You're welcome.
Joe, you guys, back to you.
Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Cal. 1 ball, 1 strike on Tony Gwynn. Fouled the first pitch away, now took a ball. 394 is the average during the regular season. Little past the midway point, and Gwynn grounds to the right side for Cora. Just into the game to his left. Great play. Got it. He may have been wide-eyed coming in, but he is ready to play and took a hit away from Gwynn. Terrific play on both ends by Cora and McGuire.
Yeah, McGuire's defensive prowess at first base gets overlooked a lot of times. Very adept at picking balls out of the dirt just like this. Joey Cora's momentum taking him down towards that right field corner.
So 2 out, nobody on for the National League, and now Bond shoots one into left field for Bernie Williams. Just into the game, and a quick and easy 1-2-3 inning for Henkin. Bottom of the sixth inning, American Leaguers bat, they lead by 1.
You know, baseball is just dead.
Hey, if baseball can survive those old Astro uniforms, it can survive anything.
How do you get this equipment
troops when there's a river between them. Build a bridge. Problem solving. You need it now in college. Learn it now in the Army Reserve.
I don't shower before work. I email over oatmeal. I take conference calls in my pajamas. Just take a look at the area that I'm highlighting. There. That works. I document conference, I page, I fax, I work out. I get tons done. I still don't shower. I pray we never ever get video conferencing.
Snapper's great more for 40 deal. Buy any new Snapper ride-on mower and get a utility trailer for under 40 bucks. Buy any new Snapper rear-engine rider, tractor, or yard cruiser and get this handy utility trailer with a removable tailgate and dump action. You get more hauling, more dumping, more flexibility for under 40 bucks. So hook up with our utility trailer deal and get more for 40.
Snapper. Anything less just won't cut it. See your local Snapper dealer today. Newsweek magazine raves Men in Black is the coolest, funniest movie of the summer.
This party just getting started.
Rolling Stone magazine calls it this season's #1 joyride. Men in Black, rated PG-13, now playing in theaters everywhere.
There's a medical emergency, but no hospital. What do? Build one. Leadership. Learn it now in the Army Reserve. Use it now in your career.
Experience an epic adventure, unlike anything else on television. Go! Hear the roar. Premieres Monday at 9, 8 Central on Fox.
Bottom of the 6th inning, the American Leaguers will come to bat, and a couple of changes for the National League. Steve Finley, a late addition to the roster, takes over in left for Barry Bonds. He of the Padres, and Tony Womack, the only representative from the Pittsburgh Pirates, is in at second. And on the mound is another guy. But if you don't know much about him now, be aware of just how good Pedro Martinez is, a 10-game winner with that ERA of 1.74.
And 7 complete games. Just like his counterpart Pat Henkin, he also has 7 complete games.
Bonds has the rest of the night off. Wynn is the DH, so we'll have to wait and see there. For the most part, all of the changes in the lineup have been straight up. Alex Rodriguez is first up with Griffey and McGuire to follow. Big inning here for Martinez. Good breaking ball, 0-2. Kind of a version of the rally cap, or just style.
National League rally cap. Maybe they're emulating Larry Walker.
0-2 the count. Breaking ball, and Rodriguez looked bad on that pitch. Pedro Martinez broke one off and gets his first strikeout.
Well, Martinez has a very good fastball. And when he throws that hard slider, the rotation is so tight, it's tough for a hitter to pick up that rotation. And by the time you do, the pitch has moved down and out over the outside corner.
Yeah, the breaking ball Martinez uses to right-handers, and he has the best changeup to left-handers in the National League. So change-ups to left-handers, sliders to right-handers.
Now Junior got a ball up and away from Martinez. Ken has hit 30 home runs. There's the good changeup. There's a left-handed batter. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Well, he'll use that fastball inside on right-handers and left-handers. He got a reputation early in his career as a headhunter and has used it to his advantage because he has very good control at this stage of his career. As you mentioned, Tim, really 2 different pitchers. Fastball slider against the right-handers, fastball changeup against the lefties.
And the 1-1 to Griffey. Off the hands, and strike 2. How about another Miller Time All-Star memory? 1980 at Dodger Stadium, Ken Griffey Sr. 5th inning, led off, hit a home run in a 4-2 win. Made him the game's MVP. And now here is Griffey Jr. And a pop-up on a changeup to the left side. Foul ball. Chipper Jones can't get there. And the count will stay 1-2.
That's an idea of how good a changeup Pedro Martinez has. When you can make Ken Griffey Jr. look this bad, watch. That's a good changeup.
Just to finish off our Miller Time All-Star memory, Junior has homered in 1992, and the Griffeys, the first father-son combo, be named MVPs of the All-Star game. One out, nobody on, and that's well hit into right field, but off the end of the bat for Moises Alou. One away, make that two gone. After the strikeout of Rodriguez, another Mariner is gone. 2 up, 2 down in the 6th.
This is a pitch-by-pitch fastballs and changeups. Martinez to Griffey. Fastball misses. Changeup. Foul back. Fastball fouled away. Changeup fouled off. And the line drive to right field off the end of the bat.
So 2 out, nobody on, and here is McGuire. And while Griffey has 30 home runs, Mark has 31. Hitting .288, and the McGuire watch is on. 1 ball, 1 strike. People wondering if McGuire will finish out the season in Oakland with the A's, or if he will be dealt to a contending team to give them the most feared power hitter in baseball. Strike 2.
What you cannot afford to do against Pedro Martinez is get caught in between. You have to either stay on that fastball all the way or commit to looking for that changeup.
Breaking ball. He had McGuire failing. And what an impressive first inning of work for Pedro Martinez. Still 1-0 through 6. Back to Jacobs Field after this from your local Fox station.
I'm John Telich down at Jacobs Field. The All-Star game has arrived. We'll have all the highlights and complete analysis of this baby right after the contest on Fox 8 News after the...
Dear BP, I have an idea. What if you had special trucks that when we drove up would turn into gas stations? Then we could buy what we need and get to where we're going a lot faster. What do you think? Signed, Dan.
Dear Dan, we love ideas that keep people moving, like pay-at-the-pump convenience, guaranteed gas, and fast, efficient express stores. All designed to help keep you going. P.S. We forwarded your idea to our engineering group. BP, we keep you moving.
Well, if I had money to tell you what to do, I'd go downtown, buy a Ford truck or two, and crazy about a Ford truck.
And here's a deal that you'd be crazy to pass up. $249 a month to drive a new Ford F-150. That's $249 a month on the best-selling full-size pickup in Northeast Ohio.
I'm gonna buy me a Ford truck and cruise it up and down the road.
See your Northeast Ohio Ford dealer.
For generations, people trusted natural herbal remedies. Today, families trust Sundown traditional herbal supplements to help them feel active and healthy. And now, Sundown herbal supplements are available at all Mark stores. Sundown's natural herbal ingredients combine the best of nature with modern science. Sundown and Mark's, working together for your good health, from sunup to sundown.
Have fun for your money and save at Mark's.
Watch the best All-Star Game coverage on Cleveland All-Star Station, Fox 8.
Well, in case you're tuning us in late, you missed 6 innings. 1-0. The American League out in front into the 7th. The Blockbuster blimp is known to be one of the fastest blimps flying. Other blimps average 35 miles per hour, but the Blockbuster blimp has been clocked at speeds exceeding 70 miles per hour, which is twice as fast as any other blimp on the block. Omar Garcia-Parra takes over at short. Alex Rodriguez has the rest of the night off, and here's the left-hander. It's a little surprise